Hey guys, this is GameCow. We are playing Pokemon Black Random Nuzlocke, fairly obviously, and yeah, this raised walkway. Yeah, you are the one who explains the gimmick of this place. Essentially, if you go ahead and stand on this for too long, you fall off, and that's how it works. So that is something you do have to look out for, I suppose, if you care enough. And, well, the first thing I'm going to do on this route is actually fight a trainer. Because I kind of am using a new Pokemon here. I should really show off the stats before I do too much more here. And I'm hoping that I'm not just... Why do you have to have a freaking fire monkey as the first thing? Okay, so the idea was that I want to try and use Sniffles now, because it's actually not terrible. I guess I'll show the stats off in here then. It's a brave nature, so whilst you're not going to see that here, I'll show that off in a bit. But basically, it ups its attack and lowers its speed. Its speed is always pretty bad anyway, so I guess if I give it the Quick Claw, that's probably going to be okay. Yeah, it's quite good. It's capable of taking hits too, apparently, which is possibly indicative of a 31 IV in defense, so that's kind of nice. But the sheer fact that he's got a freaking Simisear in here means that I'm going to have to switch out, and because I've got Thick Fat, I think Undernaut is probably the best bet here. It's going to go for Flame Burst or something, I reckon, and that's what it's going to want to do. Yep, Flame Burst, it's okay. The problem is, and this is the reason why I wanted to have Sniffles getting raised in this area, is that Hail exists. And that means that I kind of am going to be taking damage at the end of every turn. Also, Rocky Helmet against Fury Swipes. It's freaking awesome. Why did you only have to get hit twice there? That means I get hit by hail damage, you jerk. Man, why couldn't you have just... Well, no, because then I would have been hit by him instead, and I don't think it really makes much of a difference. So, there is that. But yeah, the whole ability here of being able to resist hail damage is pretty good. There are, of course, lots of other trainers that I will be fighting here, but I'm just going to see. Yes, I would not be trading Boldore for Emolga, mostly because that's not a very good trade in the first place, but also because I don't need Emolga, and I don't even have Boldore. So there is that. You're an ace trainer, and you're going to ambush me as soon as I get off of this thing. I think I want to just go ahead and do that. I do realize, again, obviously, that our other stuffs to do in this place as well, like catching a Pokemon. There's a lot to do in this route, there really is. That is the reason for our journey indeed. Pokédex is pretty awesome. But yeah, I want to basically open up the way to the obligatory healing thing in this area, just because. Okay, so, can I survive against this thing? The really awesome thing about Sniffles is that it has Snow Clog, which helps a lot in this sort of situation. This is about the best I can teach it right now in terms of moves, so I'm hoping this will do. I am not sure if I'm going to be able to take a hit though. This could end very, very badly, because Tail Slap, if it actually hits, is 2 to 5 hits and is probably going to KO. Not gonna lie. I also do pretty much no damage, which kind of sucks. I could fish for hail damage, I suppose. That is a thing which I am tempted to do, which is what I think I'm going to go ahead and do, because I'm avoiding all the attacks here, which is pretty good, and then she is going to take an extra round of hail damage here, which is good. Oh, it's got Wake Up Slap. Well, I did not even know that it had Wake Up Slap. The knowledge, well, it's not even that I'm attracted to it now, which is weird, isn't it? Well, it's not really that weird, I guess, because it is kind of cute. But, yeah, the fact that it has Wake Up Slap means that I definitely don't want to stay in against this thing anymore. Jeez. I kind of really got lucky with that there, I think. I probably could have and should have maybe lost Sniffles there. So, definitely fortunate. But hey, that's how Pokemon goes sometimes, you know. I've been very unlucky in a lot of other aspects, so to get any sort of luck in this is a victory, really, I suppose. And yes, that is how it goes. So Mattress over here is just about at another level, and she does actually get it, which is very good, level 33. And I think it is, yes, at level 33 she learns another move, which is Knockoff. Knockoff, however, is a very terrible attack for in-game stuff, because nobody ever uses any items, so 20 base power and that's it, completely worthless. It's actually not the attack that I was expecting it to be, but oh well. Sniffles getting to level 26 is always good. So, not much to complain about, to be completely honest. Snowcloak wins another Hacks round, I suppose. But anyway, the reason I wanted to do all of this is because if I go over here, then this house is actually the healing house for this area, which is kind of cool. Blah, whatever. You did not have a face for a second there, but whatever. Vegetable stuff, all of that. Pokemon team are worn out, so we get healed, which is good. I kind of like that. Something from you. Granny's meals are always nothing but vegetables. I can see why that would be a problem. As a disliker of a fair few vegetables, I like quite a few as well, but... Extransiva, ringing. Oh boy, what are we gonna get called for here? It's... Mom. Okay, sure. How are we doing indeed? Yep, Route 7, blah blah blah, how Pokemon... Yes, we know, we know. Yeah, you kind of are. Senior trainer mom. Oh dear. Yes, that happened. So, one thing which I find really neat actually about this this game stuff. There's shaking grass over there. That's not what I find neat at all. This is the double bottle grass for this area. Usually it's a really dark green, but because we're in winter, it's actually sort of yellowed out, and it's really cool looking. I don't think I've ever noticed that before, because I don't know if I've even ever been here during winter, but it looks awesome, so there you go. Anyhow, very important TM to pick up here. I don't know if I can actually use it with anyone right now. I'm gonna have a look, but X is a very good TM to have. Not very useful for the next gym coming up, admittedly, but it's a bug move of 80 base power, and I can use it on Aquafina, so I think I will. What would I ditch for it though? Return is the better coverage option, but because I've got Scald anyway, yeah, I'll do that, because now I get a super effective attack against grass types, which is handy to say the least. It wouldn't be very good against Senior Mattress over there, but it's still very good against pretty much everyone else. So whatever, you will want to fight, and so that's just why I'm going ahead and fighting. Somehow, when we're in a Pokemon battle, we can stay balanced absolutely perfectly. And the Pokemon can apparently stay balanced as well, because that's how it works. Anywho, these guys have got Emolgas, and I am going to hope that I can take it out. I think I should be okay. Although Emolga's probably got Aerial Ace, which means that it won't be affected by my Snowcloak, which kind of sucks. It's got Shockwave as well, which means it also won't be affected by my Snowcloak, which definitely sucks. That's gonna do a lot of damage. Yep, that kind of really hurt, so gonna have to switch out now. But Icy Wind is super effective, so I do get a good amount of damage on it, which is nice. And now I can switch out to Regal and go for the finishing KO here. It didn't go for Pursuit, which is good. It possibly could have, but I think he just wanted to get the kill with an electric attack. Electro Ball would have definitely KO'd me from full health there, so... yeah, Sniffles is getting kind of fortunate right now. I don't know how much that's going to impact anything later on. But then again, I am sending him in against Pokemon which are much higher level, which is never a good idea, and I probably should stop doing that, like right now. But, oh well. That's just how it goes. I really should just... Sigilyph, really? Really? I've got like nothing against this guy. Because I've got two Psychic weak Pokemon here. Aquafina could probably take it, but I don't want to switch it in against the Psychic attack. Because because that's gonna hurt, like, a lot. Man! This is the problem with my team at the moment. Light screen's not actually going to impact me very much, so I'm very grateful for you using that. I am faster, however, and it's getting hit by hail, so it doesn't have magic guard. That's useful to know. What was that going on about getting something about I should probably just put the experience share on Cupchew, and that would be a lot safer. Aha, that did a lot of damage. Yeah, that would be the safer option, and that's really what I should do. I want to use it in this area because of Snowcloak, but it's not strong enough at the moment, so that sort of defeats the whole purpose of having it. So yeah, the smart option to do would be to give it the experience share and just have it leveling up in the background for now. I mean, there's more than enough trainers here to do that, so I guess that makes sense to do. So let's just go ahead and do that. I will give somebody else the experience share instead, obviously enough. No, not the experience share, the freaking lucky egg. The experience booster, that's what we should call it. I'll give somebody else that instead. Probably, if I'm... do I want to train Regal at the moment? I guess I'll train Regal at the moment. So we'll give Regal the experience share. Keep Odinaut with the thing known as Rocky Helmet right now. Although it would sort of make more sense on Nidoking perhaps, but that's just not something I'm gonna do right now, so whatever. I don't think there's any items even around here, so I don't know why I keep putting the Dazzle Machine back on and off and all that, but that's what I've decided to do. I want that item over there before I do much else. That was a stupid loud motorbike and that sort of annoys me. Whatever. 20 or 30 years for a tree, oh boy. That's longer than I've been living. Ha ha ha, yes. So, Pedro, you are going to have a Solasis. And of course, I've switched in freaking Nidoking. Of course. God damn it. I just can't catch a break here, can I? Why has a Ranger got a Solasis? That just... Actually, no, that does make sense. Now that I'm thinking about that a little bit more, that does make a decent bit of sense. Because Solasis being the cell Pokemon, you know, it's it grows and whatnot, and it's sort of nature-ish from that. Yeah, not making much sense about that. Oh well. Future Sight, it's actually been buffed this gen. It now has, I believe it's 100 base power and probably 100 accuracy, and it's been buffed and nerfed at the same time. The buff is that it's got more power and accuracy than it used to. The nerf is that it now applies its own typing as well, so it now applies the psychic typing. So if you've got a dark type... Oh wow, Ashu. Introduction to dragon types, I guess. Yes, Ashu is a dragon type that we will be seeing quite a lot of later on in the game. It's kind of stupidly powerful actually, so I'm glad that I got that crit just to make sure that it didn't get to hurt me. But yes, it's essentially it has type advantage and weakness stuff now, and because of the small problem of what am I trying to say here? Slight small problem of Psychic not being a very good offensive typing in terms of super effective coverage and whatnot. It's not the best, but still it got power busts and stuff, so there is that to it. But yeah, Max Ether kind of useful. Not the item I was hoping it would be actually, but I think that's further down the route. Also, that trainer totally turned around there to fight me. That was not the direction she was facing before. Freaking hell. Whatever, Mary is going to have 3 Pokemon. Swadloon is the first one. I am saying stuff which is obvious here because that's what's already on screen. Oh, the fact that it's female though, because she is female, Pokemon is sexist, does mean that I have nothing powerful to hit this with. And of course it goes for the Protect. That's kind of obnoxious because now I'm going to take more hail damage, which is stupid. If I wasn't playing this in winter, it would be raining at the moment, and that would be a bit nicer. Come on, really? That's 3 times in a row between the last 2 videos that I have missed a freaking Rock Tomb when it's had the capability of hitting, and it doesn't even do any damage whatsoever because of freaking rivalry. Yeah, I said it was an interesting ability. Oh my god, what the hell? Said it was an interesting ability, but it's really proving to be absolute crap at the moment because there's just far too many Pokemon in this game which are the opposite gender to me, it seems. It doesn't matter what gender that your Pokemon is. If it's male or female, rivalry is not going to be very good. So it's a real negative, to say the least. If I had Poison Point, I'd definitely be much happier with it. But I don't, and that's the reality I have to live with, so yeah, there's not much else to say to it. You don't always have the move that you want to have, or the ability that you want to have in this case. You don't always have it, so yeah, it's a sad reality. And it does mean that Nidoking in general is going to be a lot more difficult to use. Not impossible, but more difficult. And that I don't like, because I do like Nidoking. Why do you have a Simipour? Oh boy, so yeah, now instead of having the basic monkeys here, we're starting to get to the evolutions of the monkeys, which is not much better, to be honest, because it's still the same Pokemon going about all over the place. But at least now they are evolved, and Scald is still gonna hurt because it is kind of strong, but I do have Eviolite, so I'm okay with this. Do I go straight? I guess I go straight for the Grass Knot. Now, the one nice thing about fighting evolutions and whatnot is that they are heavier, so Grass Knot is going to do more, and because it's a special attack, I don't get the burn cut here too. Simipour is probably the most dangerous one for me to be fighting, actually, because my only real resistance to water attacks is not very good on special defense, and I don't really have anybody with generally high special defense to take it on with, so it's not very good for me to be fighting a Simipour, because Scald is a powerful move. I mean, it's fairly obvious, you'll notice that by now, but I can take it on with Aquafina, so there is that, because I did teach a Grass Knot more or less specifically for other water types. So I do have something, but I don't have a particularly defensive Pokemon to take it on with. And well, it's not even that it has to be defensive, it's just in general. Why do you have to detect here? You're losing out just as much as I am. It does. The number one thing, why do so many Pokemon in this game naturally learn Detect or Protect? It's just time wasting, and of course now it's taunting me. I can't even Milk Drink, which is what I was going to do this turn, because I'm sort of expecting it to just go ahead and be a jerk and go once again for Detect, even though it makes no difference because it's dying and it actually doesn't go for that. Well, okay then. Maybe I was a little premature in that, I don't know, but it sort of felt like that was what was going to happen, but it didn't. Okay, fair enough, I'm not going to question that. Anyway, I didn't mention that we got Aspear Berries from that. Actually, Sniffles was holding one of those as well. They recover from a freeze if you get one, and hey, a Pokemon that showed up. And it's actually one I can catch, and therefore I have to catch. Shelder, kind of a very mediocre Pokemon in general. If it's got Skill Link, then maybe it'll be usable, but if not, it's a pretty bad option, so I don't know. I guess it does replace the water type I lost, but it doesn't replace it with something that's actually that good, so... And once again, it's a physical defensive Pokemon, when I already have more than enough physical defensive Pokemon on my team, so I don't think I will be using this. However, I will give it the benefit of the doubt. If it's got circumstances in its favor, then I might use it, but I don't think it actually naturally learns Rock Blast, which is something I would definitely want on it. So that's another thing that's going against it. Do I want to exit this again? Not really, let's just go for the Aqua Jet. Weaken it down a bit, it's only a Shellder, so I don't expect it's going to take that much to catch. It's got Ice Shard, which is okay, it's priority, but it's only single water typing. As you can see, it's getting hurt by the hail, so being mono water right now is not doing it any favors. Dust Ball, because it's in the daytime, is obviously not going to be useful. I should probably go ahead and Net Ball, because that should guarantee catching it. So I'll take a look and I'll see what it's like, but don't expect me to use it unless it's absolutely phenomenal, because I don't think I really need it at this point. I mean, maybe there's something cool I could do with it, and I guess it obviously can learn Scald, which is quite cool. But then it's generic in that, because pretty much everything can learn Scald, so, you know, that's water typing. Hell, even freaking, yeah, there's other stuff that can do it too. Anyway, I usually try to stay away from the obvious Toho references, but this one is just so obvious to do that, yeah, I don't think it's specifically a Toho reference anyway, but it's the obvious place to get it from. I don't think I'm spelling this right, I'm gonna have to look it up again later, but the Kakarasa thing, I'm pretty sure that's how it's supposed to be spelled, like off the top of my head. It's that thing that Kogasa is, basically, the umbrella. So, yes. PP up, that's kind of neat, actually. PP ups are nice. Wild Pokemon interrupting me from doing stuff, especially one like you, not quite so neat. Having said that, I am using Regal at the moment, and it does give attack EVs, and it is male. Okay. Oh wow! Really? I didn't even know that. Is that's a change that they've done this generation? Really? Okay, in case anybody's not quite catching what I'm going really about here, I just dodged hail damage by being underground. I have never seen that. Ever. And I'm 99% sure that that doesn't happen in previous generations. That is really, really interesting. Wow, okay, I must admit I am pretty impressed with that. Anyway, obviously gonna quickly heal up. I'm going to... Am I gonna finish this right here? I guess I should, because there's some trainers to fight still, and it's gonna end up being a longer part because of that, but I should finish it up, because it's there to be done, I guess. There's enough to do. There's another item I think I want in here anyway, but I don't know whether it's on this side or whether it's on the other side. I think it's on this side. Anyway, this dude is going to fight us to a rotation battle, which is very interesting. Liepard, Swoobat, and Watchog. Ugh, Watchog. Kind of annoying as all hell, but whatever. They're all males, so I do get rivalry boost here. Cupchew is not what I wanted to have sent out here, but oh well. What do I want to fight it with? What's the most threatening thing he could do at the moment? Probably switch out to Swoobat and use a psychic attack like Heart Stamp. That's probably the most threatening thing that he's got. So I reckon that means I should really switch out to not you, but Uddernaut over there, and go for a Body Slam. A Body Slam will hit all three of them fairly hard, and it is the best attack that she's got for it. So this is probably what I should do. Oh, but it's actually just going to go for the Fake Out. Well, okay. That's fair enough, because I get Rocky Helmet damage on Liepard, and that's always good. And now everybody gets hit by hail, except not everybody, because this is another thing I didn't know about rotation battles, because as I said, I've never played these really outside of the game, and I had black. I didn't have black, I had white, so I had triple battles instead of this. it only seems to be the active Pokemon which actually gets hurt by hail damage. That's kinda cool. Anyway, he is going out to Swoobat and he's going to try and Calm Mind up. If the Swoobat has got Simple, then it would raise its stats by 2, but it doesn't. I think it has Unaware as its other... Does it have Unaware as its other ability? I actually don't know what Swoobat has. But whatever, it got paralyzed. That's the important thing here, because seriously, it's a pretty damn fast Pokemon, and now that I can go first against it, I can kill it before it does anything else. However, he's going to switch out to Watchog, and I'm still going to Body Slam, because that's still my best bet. And Hyper Fang, that's actually kind of powerful, but I am the physical defensive Pokemon here, so I have no worries about this whatsoever. Oh, I could go out to Regal here, and that would be kind of an interesting choice too, but I think I'm just going to go for the Milk Drink. And he is staying in with this, so maybe I could have just killed it. I wouldn't have known, but it's fine. After you, that is a move which is used in doubles and triples actually. I'm pretty sure that it makes the Pokemon that it's used on go last in that turn. I think. It's either that it makes them go last or it makes them go next. I think it makes them go last. But sort of makes sense with a name like that. Anyway, Udinaut is basically just gonna clean up house here. There's not really any sort of threat to her now. Because Liepard's not gonna do that much damage, and you know, Swoobat's paralyzed, so it's gonna get KO'd pretty quickly. And I'm happy with that. Torment will stop me using Body Slam again next turn, so I might rotate out now actually. Because there's not much else I can hit this with. But I do get the paralysis. Okay, so I definitely will be switching out now because I want to rotate out to Cubchoo and Icy Wind. Because, well, no, this thing's still got the Calm Mind boost on, and I kind of forgot about that. This isn't going to do that much now. No, it's not going to KO. And am I going to get KO back here? Yes, I will, because it actually does hit me. That's not good. Well, so much for Sniffles. That was a bad decision on my part. I shouldn't have switched out to it, and yeah, I paid the price for it. So, yeah, that was my bad. One more Pokemon that would have been interesting gone. I guess it was kind of slow and fragile until it evolved. It was going to evolve at level 37, and at that point it would have actually gotten a decent move as well, so it would have been nice, but I'd be lying if I said I was really that bothered right now, because whilst it is a neat Pokemon and it had an okay nature, it is pretty damn slow, and Ice is a fairly terrible typing. The real problem though is that outside of this and like Dweevil, wait, what do I honestly have at the moment to bring in? I've got Siren, which is okay. Wisp is not really very good, to be honest. And I've really got nothing else, to be honest. Because Blizzle's useless, Illumise is useless, Leatherbear is completely useless. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to substitute, you know, Cubchoo with, or anybody with for that matter. That's the real problem here. And I know I said I was gonna do this stuff here, but there's 2 trainers. It's like half an hour almost in video time. I'm gonna do that next time, I think. I can do that and start the Celestial Tower stuff, so yeah, that's what we're gonna do. I know I said I was gonna go ahead and dinghy it, but there's just so much that's already been done in this, you know, part that I don't know. It's too hard to sort of justify spending another 5 and maybe even 10 minutes if I get unlucky with stuff doing that and not really getting anywhere. I'll just do it next time. video's gone on long enough, pretty much. That's what I'm trying to say here. It's gone on more than long enough, so I don't really feel the need to go ahead and drag it out any longer. So, yeah, let's just place our poor buddy Cubchoo in the Lost Zone. That's kind of unfortunate to have to do that, but oh well. So that's 4 Pokemon down. Not really anything to replace it with. You can see I've still only got 12 spares here. See, a lot of the problem is, if I lost my Spider Pig, I'd have a replacement for it. If I lost anybody else, I'd pretty much not have a replacement for it. Let's have at least have a look. It's got shell armor. I'm not using this. It's terrible. Yeah. That's all you can say for it. Rash lowers its special defense, which is already like its worst stat anyway. Ups its special attack, which is alright. And special attack does need boosting, but it doesn't have skill link, so there's no way that it could use Icicle Spear to get an actually good attack off. Its attack is still higher than its special attack, and I'm fairly sure Cloyster keeps that trend. And yeah, it's just not very good. Shell Armor is neat in a way because it does block against crits, and God knows that crits have kind of been really painful for me, but I somehow doubt that I'm going to need a third physical defensive thing here, and really it's just not. It's not any good in the slightest. So yeah, it does have a Pearl at the very least though, so I can take that and get some money off of that. But yeah, you look at what I've got here, and really, what can I replace anything with? If something dies now, I am in a lot of trouble, which is not good. But we will have to deal with that some other time. So this has been GamerCar. We have been playing Pokemon Black for a random Nuzlocke. There are still more Pokemon to come up, so I'm not completely out of luck yet. But we'll just have to see how it goes. So yeah, join us next time for more of this, I guess. We'll look into the Celestial Tower next time. We won't be able to clear it all because it is quite a big place, but we'll be looking into it, so there's always that to look forward to.